You're watching the North Carolina Players Show on Fan Media Network. Against Georgia Tech, we gave up 45% from the three-point line and 53% field goal percentage. A negative assist-to-turnover ratio. Georgia Tech had 11 steals that led to 19 we had 18 turnovers that led to 19 Georgia Tech points. DeVoe had 20. Alvarado had 20. That backcourt was really good. Alvarado had 7 rebounds, 7 assists. And I thought a key player for them was Usher in the first half, especially the power forward. And this is where people talk about, okay, Roy Williams is hung up on playing the traditional lineup with 2 bigs, 2 wings, and a point guard. Now we have Baycott or Sharp or Brooks closing out to Usher, who's really a big 3-man. And even Moses Wright, who I thought we did a good job on, but Usher now is at the 3-point line. Shot fake, drive, defense breaks down, kick out threes or, layups. That is the battle of styles. That's the cat and mouse game as a coach. Okay, we're going to play big. Now, I'm the other coach. I'm going to make you pay for playing big. And I thought Georgia Tech won that battle.
Yeah, and there was a moment in the game. I think it had less than 2 minutes. 2 minutes left, maybe 2:40 or something like that. And it looked like because Coach didn't play Sharp enough, he subbed him in. Crucial minutes of the game. I think he got it in the post. He got fouled on a play that he probably should have kicked it out. And I thought it was crucial because he took one of the 2, Baycott and Brooks, out of the game. And I thought that was a crucial sub because we was trying to get a stop. And I think Georgia Tech came down. Alvarado got a wide open layup at the rim. And, Coach has been doing a great job lately in past years of getting his lineup settled in. But I think this year he's also struggling who to play, when to play, and making sure that because these guys got big names coming out of high school, he's got to play them a certain amount of minutes.
Yeah, just because they were, let's say a top 10 recruit, doesn't mean they would have been a top 10 recruit last year or the year before or the year before that. It's like draft picks. Just because you're the number 1 player picked in the draft doesn't mean you're as good as LeBron James. Right. And then the other thing that I've noticed over the years, a kid gets recruited by Carolina and his stock automatically goes up in the media. Why? Mm-hmm. Because I think the recruiting guys, gurus, say, oh, well, if North Carolina is giving him a scholarship, he must be really good. So I've got to increase his ranking. So now all of a sudden you have these 5-star recruits instead of 3-star recruits. And it kind of is a catch-22. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Oh yes. I think a lot of people who, writing these recruiting magazines, everybody has one now. So the problem, I think a lot of the problem is some of these kids only play in certain circuits. When we grew up, if you were a top 25 kid, you went to 5-star. That's where you had to go. And if you held your own in 5-star, everybody was there to see it and watch it. But these kids play on so many teams, they can avoid playing against some of the top competition.
Right.
And that's where some of these, these writers, if they got a relationship with your AAU coach or your AAU program, they're going to give you a 4-star when you should have been a 2-star.
Yeah, 5-star. Wow. I didn't go to 5-star, and that's one of my regrets. But I was already being recruited by like North Carolina and the schools I wanted, coming out of my junior year. But the thing about 5-star too is you got coached, and you got coached by college coaches and good high school coaches. And it was shirts and skins, and it was out in the blacktop, and you had stations where you were taught how to pivot, how to box out, how to make a pass. boy, oh boy, we need to go back to old school camps like 5-star.
Yeah. I remember Station 15, Coach Wainwright was an assistant at Wake Forest, yelling at me and coaching me through. I was just a junior in high school, going into my junior year, actually. And it was the best experience. I couldn't have got that experience playing in the neighborhood, with older guys, seeing some of the other top recruits or, big names, and everybody's competing for a scholarship. It was pure basketball. And it wasn't the AAU now where you got 500 teams and everybody thinks they're an AAU player, and so watered down. The first 10 games you play is not even good competition. So you don't.
So it makes it even that much tougher to evaluate players. And in a way, there's probably more sleepers now than before because it is so spread out. There's so many AAU teams, and there's players that slip through the cracks, and you're like, man, how'd that kid get there? He's better than our player at the ACC level. So yeah, it's crazy. All right, George, I always love talking to you. I explained it to somebody else like it's you and I having coffee, talking ball. Next we should make it like a barbershop. We're chairs next to each other. We're talking. New Year's resolutions. What's the New Year's resolution for George Lynch? What should the New Year's resolution be for North Carolina?
Well, my New Year's resolution is probably to lose about 10 pounds, Coach. This COVID situation has, made me turn to a lot.
COVID-19 means you gained 19 pounds.
Well, okay. Well, I need to lose 19 pounds. That would be my goal. And I think the New Year's resolution for our Tar Heels is to, look in the mirror and figure out what winning basketball looks like. It's not going 1-on-4. It's our upperclassmen speaking out. They've been there for 4 years, 3 years. They have more experience. Share that knowledge with the young guys. And, Coach used to always say, you got to be able to step on a guy's shoe without messing up his shot. And I think some of these kids don't have that in them. Yes.
Coach Smith would say that?
Yes.
You got to step on somebody's shoe without messing up their shine?
It's being able to step on someone's shoe without messing up their shine.
And what did he mean by that?
Mean by being able to, like you said, make a kid uncomfortable, but also making sure that he hears not the tone that you said, but what's actually coming out of your mouth. And I think that's the key to some of these young kids today. And I watch our games and I look for our seniors to be seniors and say something to the young guys. Put your arms around them and coach them. Like you said, it can't always be from the staff. It's got to be from your peers.
Oh, man. I think kids are just not comfortable doing that because they're not growing up that way. They're not. They got their headphones in. It's silos. And I do see Brooks doing it. He's probably the best at it. And even when he was on the bench, when he started the game on the bench, I think he's good at it. Now, the key is you can be a good leader, but you have to have willing followers, willing listeners.
Yes, true.
And listening is a talent, like running and jumping. Anyway, all right. I like that quote. I collect quotes. I put out a thought of the day each day, George. So I'm going to have to use that one with Coach Smith.
Hey, well, make sure you share some of those quotes with me. Send it to me over text.
Yeah. You need to follow me on Twitter. Are you on Twitter, George?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I think I do follow you. Hold on.
Okay. What's your Twitter handle?
I got two of them. One of them is George Lynch Coach.
Okay, so it's George Lynch Coach?
So do George Lynch Coach.
All right. So for North Carolina, New Year's resolution: take care of the ball and shoot the ball better. Easier said than done. Takes work, just like losing weight. For me, I have four of them. But first one is no negatives. What do I mean by that? I don't want to be around people that are negative. I don't want people to engage in negative comments about peers, work, food, their condition. I want people to be positive, put things in perspective. And if they have a problem or they want to complain, do something about it. My parents growing up, my mom would always say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I just think our world has gotten very negative, and I want to be around positive people, and I'd like to be a beacon of positivity. I want to have a good launch for my book. I'm coming out with a book in March called Rebound from Pain to Passion. It's available on Amazon right now. And then I have a leadership group, a Vistage leadership group. I want to have launch 3 successful teams. And then lastly, I want to break 80 on the golf course, George. I've struggled with my golf game the last couple of years, and I'd like to be able to break 80 several times in 2021. That's it.
Well, I need to practice more on the golf course. I went and played about a month ago down in Atlanta. There was a fundraiser, and I had a couple good shots. I just don't get out there and practice. So if you
wait a second, a couple of good shots, George. Like
no. Well, we were playing basketball. We were playing basketball.
Okay.
So I contributed to
2 shots.
15.
2 shots.
No. I had a few.
You might be on the blue team of golfers. You might be on that blue team where you.
Oh, I take that. Yeah, I'm on the blue team.
To host a player show or appear as a player on a player show, simply create a profile on Fan Media's iOS app or website. Select your teams and make a short intro video on your phone. Show hosts, reporters, former players, and superfans can use our Get Verified feature and make an intro video as well, and our mobile newsroom staff will reach out.